Alright, we got Sparky now playing Wulfar in game 2 in the blue. SneakyDragon going Caesar, I believe. His former favorite commander in the game. I don't know who his favorite is these days, actually.
Me neither, but like Caesar was his favorite in Wargroove 1, and Caesar was completely different in Wargroove 1. Anyway, this is an oh no, this is a Wulfar on open season. Wulfar is pretty good on open season.
Yeah, I would definitely rate him like top 4, I would say. You know,
Wulfar
obviously,
might
like
even be top 1 in open season, honestly. The attack is crazy.
Pistol though on the open season is pretty good.
Well, the thing with Pistol is that if she loses her HQ, it's really bad. And if she has to... She doesn't have something to defend it, really. Her power isn't the best at defending Wulfar lethals. And then
Right.
if she over defends, everybody loses to golems if Wulfar just gets all the economy in golem spawns. So it's like, if somebody doesn't do something really early, it feels so hard to play into Wulfar. Like maybe in perfect play, a Pistol can win and Vesper can win, and Caesar can probably win too in perfect play, but in reality, back to the real world, Wulfar is so scary on this map.
And we
Like theory
see,
and practice are the same in theory, but not in practice.
I think both of them didn't do the opening correctly because the swords aren't available to punish this sword capturing this village.
Well, there are two ways to do the opening.
Okay.
Like, they're both doing the efficiency opening, which is, the efficiency opening. And compared to the sword trade opening, the efficiency opening goes up 100 gold and 1 rifle move, which is good. Like,
Right.
and the sword trade though is also pretty good. So the question is like, which is more important? And it can be hard to judge. It could also depend on your matchup, and it's also like, which one do you prefer? I wouldn't say that one is right and the other is wrong. As long as you're doing either of those, you're doing the opening right. If you're not doing either of those, then you're wrong, straight up. Oh no, there is a third opening that's only available for P1, which is like the immediate dig up, which delays the knight from P2. So if you're P1, there are 3 good openings, and if you're P2, there are 2 good openings. And I'm not sure if one of them is like right. Yeah, but usually people do neither of those. And then that's wrong. Well, usually that was the past actually. People used to. Now I was screaming from the rooftops about the efficiency opening, and now everybody's doing it. So that's cute.
Okay, we see Sneaky with a pretty solid defense here on the stronghold. Lots of spears and a balloon just to keep things pretty safe. Dragon comes out, of course.
Base skip dragon, and I actually like this because you really need something to deal with the golem, and you need it ASAP. And dragon feels really nice here, actually.
Yeah, and actually Caesar really struggles with Golem, from what I've seen.
Yeah, we saw it in my game. Speaking of my game, Nicky, like not known for his defensive play at all, doing a lot better than I did in this matchup. Like seems pretty solid. Although I don't like how his dragon is moving to defend the HQ. It didn't need to. It should have gone to the other side. Wait, is he dead? Oh,
Is he dead?
oh, sword suicide. So yeah. Oh, okay. Rifle. Is the knight critting him?
Oh,
No, the knight is not
Wulfar
critting.
can smack him from across the map though.
The knight is not critting him, but it doesn't need to
Doesn't
actually.
need to.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the knight just hits, and there's even a sword fall up there, and oh, that's a very quick game too.
Yeah, that's rough.
That
I was
is.
about to say, like, Dragon should have been on the other side to defend against the golem. Might have also covered up a side and not allowed the easy lethal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing with Wulfar. Gotta defend your HQ, gotta also defend your Sion. You might be dead any moment.
And I mean, he was also on a road tile with Commander near a bunch of opponent's units. And that's
Oh,
always going to be dangerous.
but he was not in Night Crit, and the column was one tile off, couldn't reach him, right?
True, but you know, that's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
sword suicide plus an extra sword plus rifle crit. Like,
Yeah,
that's a lot of shit
usually
damage.
though, two swords and a knight doesn't feel very threatening, and everybody forgets the rifle. But yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
rifle crit, like, it's 15%, right? On
yeah, it's
Commander,
pretty
so
good.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's like only on this map basically. I guess it's on other maps now too, but yeah, people forget the rifle a lot of the times, and it can cost you a game. Did it even cost a game here? Would the sword have finished even without the rifle? Actually, I don't think
Probably,
it would.
yeah. They're both 15%,
Uh,
right? And there was a side open at the
oh
end,
wait, yeah.
and that was like a 4% overkill with the
Oh,
knight
it
as
was a
well.
bit of an overkill. Well, no, even if it was exact, yeah, it would have killed actually, yeah. So
Yeah.
the rifle actually didn't matter much, okay.
Um, but yeah, that's yeah, you gotta keep an eye on your commander more. But everybody does stuff like this. And especially like Wulfar tier 2, like, really hurts. So
Yeah, and it all started with him like a tiny bit over defending the HQ. The dragon shouldn't have gone to defend the HQ. And just naturally by having one more unit in the formation, I think he would have covered Caesar's backside.
yeah,
And also he would have been ready to defend against the golem and the knight and stuff.
yeah, and actually,
And he
I
was doing
think
so well.
he
He
was
was doing
doing
so
so well.
well
Like,
until
that
then.
positioning was great. He had his rifle offensively positioned, so that is with Caesar tier 1. Like, you can just go up and like crit your opponent's rifle with your rifle, and do a whole bunch of other work with your infantry. So
Because you don't actually also need very many turns. Like this was turn 8 when the real threat began, and he was decently positioned on turn 8, and he just needed to hold this position and kind of survive for 4 or 5 more turns. Which, might sound like a lot, but if you're off to a good start, if your initial position on turn 8 is on the first turn of like where it becomes critical, okay, when he has real threats on you. If your position is solid then, which Sneaky's position was solid, it's usually easy air, at least, not easy. To just hold and defend and not fall apart in the next 4 or 5 turns, and then from there she could have slowly converted the game.
there's actually some like wild plays a Caesar tier 1 could have done here. Like, you walk the mage up onto his mount and crit the sword, which I think kills the swords. Or like does a lot of damage to it. If you put like a dog in that river tile, walk up, Caesar tier 1 there, dog kills rifle, and mage runs up and kills mage or kills harpy at the back.
Yeah,
And you
Scissor Tier
can
1 is like a real threat sometimes.
like, there was a lot of potential with that group, and like, sure, like you don't do anything with the village tile, but whatever. Like, picking up like 2 key unit kills, because like the harpy is, if you can snipe the harpy that early, like, it's actually really good, because like then you can bring like a bunch of stuff forward.
Yeah, that said, like this wasn't how the turn would have looked without the lethal.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
you could
yeah,
have gotten some of that stuff, but yeah, like,
anyway, Sneaky doing pretty well in a very rough matchup, but then dropping lethal, and he's going to the losers bracket. Yeah, Sparky takes this 2-0, will continue in winners, goes on to face Sequoia.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how the rest of this event is going to go, and we're going to go on to the next set.